it's Sabrina, and today I'm going to be doing the booktube newbie tag. I have done this video before many years ago. I have since deleted all old videos because they're embarrassing. Although to be honest, my new videos are embarrassing too. Just something to think about. Since I have restarted this channel, I figured I may as well redo the tag and see if my answers have changed at all. Question number 1 is, why did you start this channel? I think that's just a pretty easy answer. That is probably the answer of a lot of other people too. I started this channel because I love books. No one else in my life really reads, especially not as much as I do, so I don't have a chance to talk about books with anyone. And even now, I guess I'm not really talking about books to anyone because I'm just talking to my camera, but it still feels nice to be able to like rant out loud to myself, if nothing else. And also, I really wanted to expand my horizons with reading a bit. I've been watching a lot of videos of people who do like celebrity book clubs or like a challenge where for a week they just read this certain genre. And I love that. I really have been wanting to do videos like that. Well, I mean, do those challenges, and I think it would be more fun to video it and hold myself accountable than to just like try to make myself do it, if that makes sense. Question number 2 is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? Oh god, nothing. I'm the worst. I'm the worst person on the entire website of YouTube. More seriously, I don't know if it's like fun, but I've noticed, at least from the people that I watch personally who are booktubers, I don't notice a lot of leftists. Like, I think there are definitely some people who kind of verge onto it, but I'm Marxist. And I feel like everyone that I see on booktube is a liberal for the most part. And personally, like, I wish there was someone that I followed that talked exclusively about books but also had the same political perspectives that I do. So I thought it would be kind of fun to show off that side as well, because I am a poli-sci major. I'm really interested in politics, I'm really interested in social sciences, and I just feel like booktube kind of needs more of that. Which honestly, like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe that's already here, but I think that's something I can add still. Question number 3 is, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I think I already answered this in number 1. I'm really excited to do some random challenges. I recently uploaded the like reading Phoebe Bridgers' favorite books. That was so fun. I loved that. I want to do more of that. I want to really challenge myself to read differently. Especially for many years I kind of got in the rut of only reading young adult fantasy. Like, that was definitely 99% of what I read, and I'm trying to move past that because it just doesn't interest me as much anymore. So I feel like this is the perfect time to be trying out books that I might not normally read, genres that I might not normally be interested in. I just think it would be so fun, for me at least. Question number 4, why do you love reading? That's such a question. Like, how do people answer that? I don't know. I love it. It's great. Like, it's kind of like asking someone, why do you like cake? Why do you like kittens? Why do you like dogs? Like, I don't know, because it's great. Gigi, I'm trying to film, baby. This is my mom's new kitten. Her name is Gigi, and she's eating very loudly next to me, but I'm not going to stop her, so if you hear anything, that's it. But yeah, my answer for why I like reading is the same as if you would ask me why I like Gigi, because like, it's great and I love it, and I can't really describe it more than that. Question number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? This is a hard question. Could also be answered in a bunch of different ways. Like, first of all, I've been reading ever since I was little. Like, I distinctly remember being like, I don't know, 9, and during the summer I would carry around at least 5 books at a time just in case like I finished one. And I was really into Mary Kate and Olsen books and also like the Nancy Drew books. I carried like at least 5 books around with me at all times. So reading has kind of always been present in my life. There have definitely been times when I've read less. I think that I definitely started reading less in like middle school, and then in high school what got me back into reading, where now I'm insane and I can't stop doing it, I can't stop buying books, was actually Game of Thrones, which is kind of funny. I just remember reading Game of Thrones and then, oh my god, these cats. I just remember reading Game of Thrones and then, oh my god, I need to take the toy away. I'm so sorry, just give me a minute, okay? I just remember reading Game of Thrones in like 2014, and then after that I could not stop reading fantasy for the life of me, and I have not stopped reading since. It's always been a very present thing in my life though. And my mom's other kitten also wants to make an appearance. This is Boo Boo. She's also eating loudly right next to me, but I love her anyway. Question number 6 is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Honestly, the question that comes to mind is like, how are you so smart? I'm thinking someone like, I like watching Emmy books a lot. I also like watching UnCarly, and I just feel like I love books, but I do have a hard time picking apart more serious novels and figuring out the themes. For most of my life, I've only really read for entertainment, so I'm also in a process of trying to learn to really read. So especially I think of someone like Emmy on booktube. This girl I mean, obviously she's an English major, so she definitely has some skills that I don't. But the fact that she reads like Crime and Punishment for fun, and then she understands it enough to like thoroughly discuss it, I want to do that so bad. Like, I can read a serious non-fiction book and digest the material, but that's plainly written. They're trying to get a point across. I do have a harder time with novels, and I want to learn how to do that so bad. So I think that if I had to ask my favorite booktubers a question, it would just be like, please teach me how to digest books thoroughly, because I really want to be able to just be a smarter reader. Question 7 is, what challenges about like starting a booktube channel do I think would be hardest to overcome? Getting anyone to watch me. Like, on one hand, I love them just talking alone to a camera because I don't ever want to think about someone watching these videos, because that's embarrassing and that fills me with dread. But also, obviously, that's the fun part about having a YouTube channel, is that if other people do watch your videos, and then you, especially for booktube, and then you can like talk about books, I would love that. But I do think the hardest challenge is going to be, I don't know, finding people who want to watch my videos because I'm insecure, I don't know. Also, an alternative answer, hardest challenge for me, saying authors' last names. I try so hard. It never comes out of my mouth the right way. Another thing I'm trying to get better at. Question number 8 is, when did you start reading? I kind of answered this already. I don't really remember ever not reading. I'm sure I learned at like the normal age for a kid to read and then just never paused for a single second. So I can't really say I have an answer for that. Question number 9 is, where do you read? This is also kind of like a funny one. Mainly in my bed. Like, isn't that it for most people? I would think so. I mean, for the most part, I read everywhere. I would just read in my bed the most because it's comfortable. I do tend to take a book with me wherever I go, especially if I have class. I'll like try to read for enjoyment beforehand. Or there have been times where like I'll go to a park with my boyfriend, we'll both read. I don't know, literally anywhere. It doesn't matter to me, but definitely mainly in my bed. And the last question is, what kinds of books do you read? Great question. I love fantasy. I love fantasy so much. Definitely most of what I read is fantasy. I am also currently trying to branch into more literary fiction territory. I've noticed, especially in the last year or so, that I'm really loving writing. It used to be more so like the plot and the characters that drove me along, but I've gained a deeper appreciation for really good writing. And also, again, like I mentioned, I'm trying to be able to pick out larger themes. So I'm definitely interested in more literary stuff now as well, although fantasy will never leave me. And then the other part to that is, I love nonfiction. I love nonfiction novels about social science. So like social issues, or I like reading about history from a Marxist perspective. I love memoirs as well. I love a lot of nonfiction. It's really hard for me to not pick up nonfiction books because I kind of want to learn everything. I'd say I tend to read those a little bit less often though, just because I'm in school and that takes up way too much of my brain capacity. So I do think that for the most part, you're going to see a lot of fantasy on this channel, as well as historical fiction and the occasional literary fiction, so that I can try and become a better reader. But that's it. I did this rather painlessly, I must say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!